Hello students, welcome back to KV Rai Academy online study channel. Myself Ramasis Maurya, your chemistry teacher. Today we are going to discuss reactions of metals with non-metals and bond formation between atoms of metals and non-metals. Except these things, we will discuss some more things. But first of all, we will discuss these two things. First of all, reactions of metals with non-metals. As we know that the chemical properties of metals and non-metals are different because they have different electronic configuration. All the atoms of metals and non-metals have tendency to acquire the nearest noble gas configuration to attain the stability. So, to attain the stability, they form octet, means 8 valence electrons, and duplet, means 2 valence electrons. To do these things, they transfer electrons and thus they form bond between them. So, now we will discuss the bond formations of atoms and non-metals. Atoms of metals and non-metals. So, as I told you that all the atoms want to get the stability, thus they transfer electron, and due to this transfer of electrons there will be a bond between them. So, we can say that the bond which is formed by the transfer of electron is known as ionic bond or electrovalent bond. Metals lose electron and form positive ion, which is called cations, and non-metals gains electron and form negative ion or anions. After they form ions, they attract each other, and when they attract each other, they combine with each other and makes ionic compound. So the compound which is formed by the ions of metals and non-metals are called ionic compound. For example, sodium chloride NaCl, which is also known as common salt. This is ionic compound. How this is formed, I will tell you. So, as you know, in this compound there are two metals, two elements, sodium and chloride. So, sodium electronic configuration 2, 8 and 1. When it gives an electron, it makes sodium ion, and this is 2, 8. As you can see, there are 8 valence electrons, so it attains stability. And again, chlorine 287. When it takes electron, it forms chlorine ion, and this is 288. Now you can see that both sodium and chlorine are in the form of ion, and they are, you can see, opposite ions. So opposite ions attract each other. So this way sodium positive ion and chlorine negative ion will form sodium chloride. So this is the bond formation, and after bond formation they combine with each other and forms ionic compound. One another example I'll give you. Magnesium chloride. Formation of magnesium chloride, MgCl2. As you know, MgCl2. So magnesium, atomic number 12, 282 its configuration. So it gives out 2 electron and form 2 positive ion. And chlorine, same, 2, 8 and 7. It takes electron and form chlorine ion. As you can see, magnesium has 2 positive ion and chlorine has only 1 positive ion. So the 2 positive ions of magnesium will attract 2 chlorine ions. So that way it will form magnesium chloride. So for this time I will show by different method. Magnesium, here 2 chlorine ions. I will show the electrons of chlorine by dots. As you know that there are 7 electrons in outer orbit. 3, 3, 6 and 7. This chlorine also. And you know magnesium has 2 extra electrons. The electron of magnesium, I will show it by cross. This magnesium will give 1 electron to this chlorine and this 1 electron to this chlorine atom. So this way, when it will give 1 electron to this atom, it will take the electron and its octet will be complete. And this chlorine atom will also take 1 electron and its octet will complete. This way it will form magnesium chloride. So this is the formation of ionic compounds. By the transfer of electrons, when compound is formed, it is called ionic compound. Now we will discuss properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds. First of all, in this one we will discuss physical nature. Physical nature, ionic compounds are solid because they have a strong bond due to the transfer of electrons, and the melting point of ionic electrons are very high. Ionic compounds are very high because to break the ionic bond we need to give lot of heats. That's why the melting point of ionic compounds are very high. Again, melting and boiling point I already discussed. Melting and boiling point. Since melting and boiling points of ionic compound will be very high because lots of heat is required to break the ionic bond between ionic compounds. Third one, solubility. Basically, ionic compounds are soluble in water, but in some other solvent, covalent solvents like petrol and diesel, in these solvents ionic compounds are not soluble, but it is soluble in water. After that, fourth one, electrical conductivity. As you know that ionic compounds are formed with ions, and ions are required to conduct electricity. But in solid states, there is no space to movement or to move the ion. That's why in solid state, ionic compound do not conduct electricity. But in molten state, when they are formed the solution with water, they break into ions, and after breaking into ion, they have lots of space to move, and so the solution of ionic compounds are electrical conductors. So today we discuss reactions of metals with non-metals, bond formation between atoms of metals and non-metals, ionic compounds, and properties of ionic compounds. And this is the last video of this chapter because the metallurgy portion has been removed by the governments. So we will not learn anything about metallurgy. So today we have finished our third lesson, and that's all. Thank you.